Hello, friends. Welcome back. I hope you all are enjoying the IT Asset Management Learning Series. And thank you so much for subscribing and sharing my videos across our ITAM community. In today's session, we are trying to understand the software perpetuality and the software license model. So, as we all know, we have the perpetual license model and non-perpetual license model. So non-perpetual license model is also called as subscription license model, and we are going to understand in detail difference between what is perpetuality and what is non-perpetuality, and how subscription license model is differ from the perpetual license model. So as we all know, perpetual license model is one of the traditional and old licensing model which is getting used in software industry. But nowadays trend has been changed, and most of the publisher are trying to move from perpetual to subscription license model. So each and every model is having their own pros and cons. So during this session we will be discussing in detail about the perpetuality and non-perpetuality of software license model. So without wasting time, let's start the in detail discussion about the perpetual and soft and non-perpetual software license model. So as we know, the perpetual license model is something which we can buy it once and we can use it as long as we need it. And this is called as long-term software license model. It is indicating that you have to purchase it once and you can use that software license as long as you need or till the time publisher supports that product or publisher declares that product as an end of support or end of life. Next to that, even publisher declares that product as an end of life, you can keep using it. Nobody is going to restrict you. But only thing is that we have to keep in mind you have to use that product on your own risk, as publisher has declared that software as a end of life or end of support, so that if there is any security concern or any security cyber attack happens because of that end of life or end of support product, that is going to be your own risk. It's always recommended to not to use such software which is declared by publisher as a end of life or end of support, even those are perpetual software products. And another important point about perpetual license is that we have to pay very huge upfront cost at the initial stage. So at the initial we have to pay very high upfront cost, and that's the only reason small businesses are getting worried and they are not able to buy the perpetual product because of very high cost. Then next point about the perpetual license model which we have to keep in mind is maintenance and subscription or software support and assurance is going to be the optional in case of perpetual license model. If you want support or if you want to upgrade your product, in that case you will have to pay some additional cost which is not involved in your license. So you will have to pay it separately. You have to buy the maintenance and support, then and then only publisher will provide you some sort of support and you would be able to upgrade the software. Otherwise you are not eligible to use that software. So you can use that software without maintenance. So the category of this software is called as license without maintenance. So your license is going to be the valid, but you will not have any maintenance and support. You cannot ask for support to the publisher and you cannot upgrade your product. You have to stick to the software version which was released at the time of your last renewal. So you have to keep this point in mind while going with the perpetual license model. And there are some specific benefits of having perpetual license model in place. The first thing is perpetual access is indicating that long term access. You can use that product as long as you need. Then the second benefit is going to be the one time purchase. You need not to worry about the renewals. You need not to worry about the expiration of the product. So that is going to be one of the very important things which is related to the perpetual product. Again, you are going to get the ownership of that product once you buy the software license. Then we have some disadvantage also. We cannot say disadvantage, but there are some challenges with the perpetual licenses. We will see what are the challenges or the uh, I will say problems associated with the perpetual license model. The first is high upfront fees. As I said, that small business or the small organizations cannot buy the perpetual license model, as we have to pay very high upfront cost. Even they have need of that product, but they cannot pay it, and that's the reason very high upfront cost is going to be one of the key factor which is stopping small businesses to buy the perpetual product. The second is lack of regular update. You will get hardly update for the perpetual product. Even publisher has to come up with very strong functionality which should give some benefit to the customer, and customer feel some wow experience. Then and then only customer can buy the upgrades or subscription renewals or support, and that should be related to your security patches. So the second disadvantage is going to be the lack of regular update. You will not get regular update if you are using a perpetual product, and that might lead to your security issue. Then version capping is there. If you are not renewing your perpetual product, then you will have to stick to the version which is released at the time of your last renewal, and that's called as version capping. If you go beyond that version without having license maintenance and support, then that will fall under version violation category, and that is going to be the audit catch, and you will be in trouble if it caught in audit. So we cannot do the version violation, so we have to follow the audit guidelines while using the perpetual license. And most of the time, as per my experience, many customer fails to follow this rule. They used to do the version violation because they doesn't know about the rule which has set by the publisher for the perpetual license. So never ever break the capping of your software version when it comes to the perpetual license product, so that you will be safe in audit. So these are the important pointers, guys, about the perpetual license model. I hope it's pretty much clear what is perpetual license and how perpetual license work. So these are the on we like most of the time we can call them it out as a on-prem products also. So perpetual products are going to be your on-prem product. Now next we are going to discuss about the subscription license model. So when it comes to the subscription license model, we all know this is also called as non-perpetual license model, and also we can call it out as a term license model. And we will try to understand how it is differ from perpetual. So perpetual license is going to be for lifelong, or this is going to be we can use that product as long as we need. But when it comes to the subscription license model, this is going to be the fixed term. So it can be 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So based on your need and your requirement, you will have to choose the plan, and you can use the subscription model. So based on your subscription, you will have to keep a track of its renewal, and that is mandatory. And next to that, support and maintenance will always included with your license. You need not to buy the support and maintenance separately. But only thing is that we will have to pay this recurring fees by doing the renewal. So recurring renewal is needs to be happen, and this is how publisher is getting more revenue. And license for specific time frame and the duration, it is indicating that if you have a short term need, then you will have to go with the subscription license model, and you can save some amount or cost for your organization. As I said that for perpetual license you will have to pay very huge upfront fees. That is not the case of subscription license model. Let's take a simple example. If any perpetual product is getting sold out for the $10,000, and that is on the basis of perpetual licensing model, the same product can be purchased by $100, and that is based on monthly subscription. So for 1 month you will have to pay $100, and I think that is pretty much easy for all the level of business, like even startup or small scale and medium scale business can buy that product. They can offer that much amount, and this is how publisher are increasing their targeted business audience, and they will be increasing their reach, and this is how they are getting more and more business. And second benefit is that that is going to be the recurring business. So in subscription model we will have to pay very small amount to use that product. As and when you get the benefit, maybe you can change your plan and you can seek for the advanced features and functions. So subscription license may be available for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year or 2 year, depend on the publisher. As we know, there are multiple publishers are available in market, and based on their licensing, they may offer the subscription for the different duration. So we will have to follow their duration. So as we discuss some pros about perpetual, we are going to discuss some pros of the subscription model also. The first benefit, or I will say the advantage of having a subscription model in place, is that lower initial cost, so that small business or the even startups can buy the subscription product. The second benefit is that this subscription products are more scalable. It means that level of the product can be changed anytime based on your business. If you have opt of the small plan or the basic plan at the beginning, you may change that plan, or you may jump on to the advanced or the standard anytime based on your need. So that is possible in case of subscription, and that's why it is most demanding because of the scalability. Then again, another benefit is that you can expect the regular updates or upgrade from the publisher, and you can access to the latest features. You will get advanced or enhanced feature regularly, and there will be very less security risk, as you will be getting the security patches on time. And when it comes to the cons, so we will have to pay the recurring fees, maybe by monthly, quarterly, or maybe annually. It depends on the committed agreements or the contracts which we have with the publisher. Recurring fees needs to be paid. It might be more than your perpetual software license. That's the fact. But yeah, that is the another factor which we have to keep in mind. So next to that, renewal needs to be done on time. If you fail to renew your product, that is going to be the problem. You will have to uninstall your product, and that is completely with the vendor. So you will have to keep a track on your renewals. You cannot miss the renewal. If you miss the renewal, then that is going to be a problem, and again you might need to buy the new product or new subscription. So it's better to keep a track of renewal or mature the software renewal process, so that you will never miss the subscription renewals. So these are the important pros, cons, and important tips about the software perpetual license model and subscription license model. Now here in short, we are going to understand the quick summary based on the pricing level. As we know, the perpetual license are going to be very costly, and the subscription license models are going to be cheaper because we are going to pay by monthly or quarterly, and that is for short duration. So whenever we are using any product for short duration, or if there is need of short duration use, definitely we will have to go with the subscription model, and SaaS is one of the most popular one. So because when it comes to the SaaS, we will have to go with the committed agreement, and we will have to follow the usage policy, terms and guidelines, and it is subscription pricing. Most important thing is that you make periodic payment for getting the rights to access the certain software, and it's very important to understand the SaaS or the cloud licensing. Perpetual is very simple and straightforward. It's one time pay, use as long as we need. Initial cost is almost negligible or nothing, or we can say very less cost we will required when it comes to the SaaS product. But for perpetual, we will have to pay very high upfront cost. Then the total cost of SaaS is going to be higher if you are using it for longer time, as we have to pay the fees, recurring fees. But for perpetual, it will be lower. It depends on the use. If you are going to use it for a short duration, then definitely you will get benefit of SaaS. But if you are going to use it for long duration, then perpetual is going to be the best model. In perpetual, you will get the ownership of the product, but you are not going to be the owner of that product in case of subscription and SaaS model, because if you skip and miss the renewal, then you will lose the right to use the product, and you will have to uninstall the same product. When it comes to the technical support, as we are paying the subscription charges, your support and maintenance is already included in your license when it comes to the subscription. But for perpetual, it's not included. You will have to buy it separately. You can expect the regular updates for the subscription model, and you will get hardly updates when it comes to the perpetual license model, or there is no regular updates for the perpetual license model. And for SaaS is kind of pay as you go model. uh, like we will be having softwares or the hardware from the third party vendor, and we are going to just pay the rent. It's kind of rental service. We are not going to be the owner of any hardware or the software. We are going to rent out the hardware, or it's kind of infrastructure, and we are going to pay based on our usage when it comes to the SaaS license model under your subscription one. And it is much easier for us because you need not to pay any initial capital when it comes to the SaaS. By doing minimal investment, you can run your business. But for perpetual, you will have to pay for the infrastructure setup, you will have to pay for the servers, data centers, again you will have to pay for the admins or the resources. So that is not the case of SaaS. So guys, depend on your need and your size of organization, your requirement, your budget, you will have to take a call which license model is going to be the better for you. It's not like perpetual is having more benefit or subscription is having less benefit. I think it's better to understand how perpetual license model and the subscription license model are differ from each other, so that we can take the call. Your organization might be best fitted for the perpetual license model, and someone other others organization might be fitted for the subscription license model. So depend on the size of organization, their business need, their organization size, their available budget, we will have to take this call. And most important is need or the requirement for how long you are going to use that product. Based on this forecasting and these tips, we will have to take the final choice which license model is going to be better for our organization. I try my best to explain the difference between perpetual and non-perpetual software license model. Now it's your choice. You can take your call and go with the better license model for your organization. I hope you people enjoy this video. If you really like this video, do subscribe to my channel and feel free to share this session among our IT asset management community. Thank you so much guys for today. We'll catch you guys in next session.